If we were an uplifting, motivational show full of positive energy, we would probably be congratulating the listener on the phone right now for not giving up and seeing things through to the end no matter how much the odds were stacked against him.
Okay.
Wow.
But remember the show that we work on.
Yeah.
So instead, we've got Brooke over here telling him he should have given up and gone home within 15 minutes. What was he thinking?
Am I wrong?
And
Yeah.
I think I heard Alexis use the phrase total pushover.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, thank you, Alexis.
At least Jose and I were on his side.
Yeah,
But
we love it.
he was willing to do something that took a lot of patience, selflessness, and understanding.
This guy is a saint.
Yuck.
I know. Those 3 words make Alexis scream ew.
Oh, boy.
But I think he deserves another shot. So you're going to find out the sacrifice that he made. See if you think it was worth it in a brand new second date update right after this. What do you think is a good time of day for a first date to start?
Ooh, first date, I don't know, 6, 7 p.m.?
I was gonna go the
Early
same.
dinner?
Oh, you're PM? I like to start mine early. 4
In the morning.
a.m.
Oh, my.
It's dark,
What
so you don't
the-
have to worry about how you look that much.
What are
That
you
was
Less
staying
pressure.
before
talking
work in the
about?
morning.
Yeah, Jeffrey really gets it in. Some people do a morning workout. He does a morning date. Yeah.
It's nice and peaceful. No one's around to distract you, swoop in, possibly steal your date away.
Everyone's in bed.
But I get it. Some people like them later on in the day. Like
Yeah,
this
I
group. But one of our listeners, Vincent, says his date started too late.
Oh.
What?
And that could have been a problem for him. Vincent, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
Don't get Jeffrey started. It started at 6 a.m. Is that what you're saying, Vincent?
Yeah. Tell us about when yours started. How did that all happen?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it just took me by surprise. I met this girl, Jackie, on a dating app, and
Okay.
I kind of liked how in her profile, like, she had a lot of pictures of her with modern art. Like, she'd gone to, like, the MoMA in New York City or, like, the Dolly Museum and stuff. And I minored in art history, so I kind of liked that, I guess, a little bit.
Okay.
And
And it's an easy thing to talk about.
exactly.
So is that what your opening line with her was? Was about like Jackson Pollock or something?
Yeah, it's something like that. I actually don't even remember, but I offered to meet her after work and then just go to like a bar from there or something. And she was pretty chill about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
That's cool.
Which was, I thought, kind of nice to be like, oh, okay, meeting you at your work already. That kind of was exciting to me.
See, that's why my idea works so well, because you start the date and then go to work.
Well, before.
Yeah.
We're going back to the early morning.
Yeah.
I think that this is more happy hour time.
Oh, okay.
She's
Yeah.
late to the date because of the morning commute.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Jeez.
Was she working an overnight shift?
What time was it?
No, I mean, I got there like 6, and then I just kind of like sat outside of her work for a second because she kept on texting me like, oh, I have like this project deadline and it's going long and I'm so
shoot.
sorry.
Uh-oh.
How long were you waiting out there?
I actually didn't see her until about 9 p.m.
Whoa.
Oh, you
What?
waited 3 hours?
What did you
That's
do?
right. That's a long time to wait.
Did you take yourself to dinner?
I should have, right? I was starving. No, I mean, I just kept on waiting and I was like watching TikTok, I guess.
Our TikTok at Brooke and Jeffrey. Good idea, Vincent.
Thanks for the
You
shout
know
out.
it.
I love when Jeffrey, every time there's a moment, his eyebrows raise like, I can plug it.
Yeah. We appreciate
That's-
you following us
He's
on
like,
TikTok.
so what did you two do? Speaking of YouTube, we're also on there.
I mean, why didn't she just reschedule?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
That's a
or
little
why
bit
didn't
too
it,
late.
why
Yeah.
didn't you?
It was just one of those things where it kept on getting pushed. So like
Yeah.
every 10, 15 minutes, she was like, okay, I think we're wrapping
Yeah.
up. And then she would apologize. And then she would
Yeah.
I felt like she felt really bad about it all. So I kept on being like, no, don't worry. You know, you work, it's busy. I understand. Like sometimes I have late nights as well. But
Totally.
She would have felt like she had blown it if you had canceled on the date at the last second
She
there.
did blow it, though.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
we don't know that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she, I mean, like, when you finally meet her, is she totally fried? Like, she's
Yeah.
now been working like a
Overtime,
12-hour day,
yeah.
overtime.
that's exactly what happened. When she finally like came downstairs, she just kind of looked totally exhausted. But she still wanted to go out. And
Yeah.
I said, you want to just call it? She was like, no, you waited all this time. Like, let's go at least for a drink or something.
Well, at least
Yeah.
it shows you that she's considerate, bro. I mean, she knows she's late. She's self-aware.
See, I
Some
don't
people
know.
we talk to have no idea what they did
It sounds
wrong.
like she, I mean, I have this tendency too where you think you have all this time. She just sounds like a terrible time management thing. She
Organizer.
shouldn't have even planned a date for that night.
So, I mean, did you end up actually going out with her, or was that it?
Yeah, no, we did. We got to the bar and we had a good time. And we also we played this random game. We just came up with it at the time. We were called art or not art, where we just pointed at random things in the bar or random
Right. But let's talk about the fun parts of the date, though.
That is fun. Art or not art?
Yeah,
That's funny.
Okay.
No, that's just a table.
Have nothing else to talk about?
All right. What was the most fun piece of art in the bar?
I don't know. I kind of noticed this one kind of schlubby looking guy who was in the corner and he was kind of doubled over his drink a little bit. And I pointed at that. I was like, do you think that's art? But the way that the light was kind of projected from above him, I thought was very artistic, and she did as well.
Hey, look, it's overweight statue of David.
That had to be their moment.
I hope it's not David.
If you guys bonded over it, then all the power to you. So how did
That's
the
all
night
that
end?
matters.
Right?
But yeah, no, I mean, after we played that, her energy still was super low, even after the march.
She wanted to
Slumped over guy under the fluorescent lights didn't get her all jazzed up.
I think she wanted to play nap or no nap. Is what it
Yeah.
sounds
That's
like.
for sure.
God, it's just
Okay.
such a bad night to catch her on, man.
Yeah.
How'd you leave it?
It kind of just ended super abruptly. I suggested changing venues, or I had a couple friends who were going out to a different bar, and she just kept on kind of turning everything down and yawning, and so it was just a weird ending. She just kind of hugged me
And then cuddled up underneath the drunk guy and was like, just leave me here.
Yeah, me and him can cuddle.
So how long has it been since you last talked to her?
It's been essentially 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
She may have just been
Do you know-
sleeping this
well-
whole
Yeah,
time.
she's just in a big recovery nap.
It's hibernation.
If she had a huge project for work, she may have still been swamped.
Yeah.
Maybe she just hasn't had time.
Well, we're going to call her in just a few minutes here, and we're going to tell her work isn't that important. You need to date.
Yeah,
That's
love's
actually
important.
that's a good. I
Yeah.
like that life lesson.
We'll tell
Yeah.
her to blow off her work plans and go out with you one more time when we get your second date update
Yeah.
right after this.
All right.
Hold on, okay? It's the first date that was worth the wait.
Oh, I mean, not really,
Kinda.
but yeah.
I mean, at least that's what we're hoping for in the end.
Right.
Because one of our listeners, Vincent, says he sat in his car outside of Jackie's work
Oh, wait,
for
I-
3 hours.
I don't know why I just assumed he was at a coffee shop or something. He sat in his car this entire time.
I thought that's what he said.
Oh, I didn't realize that either, actually.
Let me ask him.
Bro, you were in your car?
Vince, were you in your car the whole time?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Jeff just made it
That's
up.
bad.
God, you made it sound so much more
All right.
pathetic, Jeffrey.
You know what? Let's start it again. One of our listeners, Vincent, was sat in the vicinity of her workplace.
Yes.
Okay,
For
within a mile.
3 hours.
Yeah. Also
Waiting
sad.
for her to finish so that they could hit the bars
Yeah.
together.
It didn't make it that much
He
better.
was just watching TikTok videos.
Yeah. See, that's the kind of commitment from a guy that most women would dream of. Brooke, your husband wouldn't wait 3 hours for you to do anything.
Wow, that kind of that's a little harsh, Jeffrey.
She's accurate, but
But see, that's the kind
I
of...
wouldn't blame him. I wouldn't wait for 3 hours
There's a
for
thing
him
is being
either.
too available.
yeah, good point, Alexis.
Committed is the type of guy that Vincent is, so we're all eager to help him. But Vince, first we got to do a couple prank calls, so if you could just hold on for 2 hours.
That's very funny. I'm not waiting for this. So.
There we go.
There
Look at-
it
he's a
is.
demanding
He's
man
learned.
now.
He's learning from his lessons.
Put your foot
That's all we
down.
can ask
Yeah.
for. All right.
Unless they're really quick, and then I can wait a little bit.
Oh,
Okay.
no, bro.
We're back to the starting point
You're
again.
too nice,
I don't know
dude.
how you have so much free
Yeah,
time.
what? Do you have plans there?
I appreciate your openness for us, Vincent. We're going to do our best here. We're going to call Jackie. You ready?
Yeah, super ready. Thanks.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, we're looking for Jackie.
Yep, this is she.
Hey, Jackie. You're on the radio right now with Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
Welcome to the show, Jackie.
Hey, what's up?
Surprise.
Oh.
That's
Wait,
Brooke's
what?
surprise sound.
That's exciting.
Why? What?
Yeah, good question. We do a segment on this show called the Second Date Update. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but we try to help out listeners who've gone out with someone recently and are having trouble setting up a second date. And so
Okay.
you went out with a guy named Vincent who wants to see you again.
I did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think about
Oh.
Vincent?
I mean, He's a very nice guy. Here,
Oh man, nice guys.
No, it's just like that description always. Like if you were to describe a girl as like, oh, she's a very nice woman.
Yeah,
like,
it's the same thing. No one wants to be nice.
You're not 100% in on Vincent yet.
honestly, I don't know if I like anybody.
Oh, you are like, I like
So
Brooke.
it's not Vincent, it's just people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just humans.
I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to that sentiment.
Before we walk down the lonely path with you, can we go back to the date night? Because Vincent says you made him wait for 3 hours outside of your work.
Yeah.
He wasn't complaining about that, but he just said that he was
fact.
willing to wait for that long in order to see him, and that's a long time for a guy to wait.
Oh, man.
Well, so I kind of lied.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't actually at work, really.
What?
Wait, what?
He said that you were texting the entire time, and you're like, you had some deadline, and
It
it
kept going
kept
later
going
and later.
later.
What the heck?
I know. I was at home in my pajamas with my cats, reading a book.
Oh, that's
Hold
so
on.
rude.
Oh, that's
Dude.
I was just like kind of hoping he'd just give up after a while and go out.
No.
Oh man.
Why? Why did you want him to give up? Why he made this whole plan with you?
Well, here's the thing. I really like the idea of dating and having a boyfriend and going out and having a great time, but like in my heart of hearts, I am just a homebody, and like it gives me a little bit of stress to go out. And I was like, maybe he'll just stop texting and be like, oh, okay, it sounds like you're working too late.
Yeah, you were too far.
Yeah, you just like it's way more stressful to lie to someone for 3 hours and feel terrible about it. I assume you felt bad, right? Like
I did, and that's why like I re-put on my work clothes and I drove to my office because he's like waiting around like a bar right by my office. So I was like, okay, he's gonna see me not come out of my office. So like I snuck into
oh
the,
my god.
Oh,
the parking
Why are you
garage.
laughing?
no wonder she was tired on the date. She was literally in bed right before it started.
Did you have any fun on the date?
I mean, like, yeah, he's very nice and I mean, he waited, I guess, and had some fun. And he like did this thing because I liked art and stuff. He did this thing where we played like.
We got the full art breakdown. Yeah,
we
Jeff
didn't go
hates the
there.
art
fully
breakdown.
versed on all of the art.
It's gonna be bedtime for us if you
I'm
go
good
do
on
that.
it.
Overall, what it comes down to, it sounds like you wish that you could have a boyfriend, but when it comes down to actually doing it and actually going through with the dates,
Right.
you would rather not be doing any of that.
My dream date is like sit on the couch and watch a movie.
Oh, I feel you,
Like-
sister.
Well,
Get takeout.
we're going to adjust your dream
Absolutely.
date to being surprised on the radio by a mystery man on the other line who wants to talk to you.
Who's that?
Oh, you didn't guess.
It's Vincent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
I didn't think
mystery.
I didn't have to spell it
course.
out. Yeah, he's there listening.
Oh God.
Vince?
We think.
I've been here. I'm just trying to process.
Oh.
What
God.
Oh man.
What's going through your head, Vincent?
Yeah, are you mad?
No, I'm not mad. I'm just more confused of like, why didn't you just say I'm just not feeling it? That just seems so much easier.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I was like, I've said it to people in the past, and they've just kind of been a kind of a jerk. So I just was avoiding all of that awkwardness, and I was like, it'll be so much easier for you to make the decision not to hang out.
Oh, then you'll feel less guilty if he cancels.
I think dating both people want to bail
Do you-
equally.
Yeah,
the night of,
no, seriously.
honestly.
Vincent, do you want to
honestly.
apologize for not bailing sooner on the date?
I mean, yeah, maybe I should have bailed. I guess maybe I should have had that sort of like self-respect earlier on.
Oof. Oof. I wouldn't go. Don't go too hard on yourself. You know,
I
like
She
don't know.
kept like breadcrumbing you and
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, I'm almost off. I'm almost off. Give me a."
And I didn't realize, how much someone would want to go out on a date with me, I guess.
Oh, you're worthy of a date.
It was which is why, I mean, I put my pants on and went
We're proud
out.
of you.
Wow.
yeah. So
Not a lot of women are willing to do that
Yeah.
for guys.
Vincent, you got a girl to put her pants on instead of take them off.
Yeah.
You know?
Do the whole rigmarole
Yeah.
for you, Vince.
Yeah.
But now it's like
It's
now
a-
it just kind of feels like indicative of a larger problem. It's like, let's say we do enter in a relationship, or let's say something actually does get tougher in our relationship. Are you just gonna shut down like that in a larger capacity.
Oh,
Like,
God.
Don't think about that stuff.
I thought you were just going to think about, like, what if there's a cool party and she doesn't want to go with me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like if I'm comfortable with the person, it's much easier to turn off the loud noise in the outside. But I
Okay.
don't know people on first dates.
It's just like the first, second, third dates are
Yeah.
always a little
I mean,
tougher.
yeah.
Yeah.
dating's hard right now. You can kind of understand that, right, Vincent?
yeah, dating's really hard. I know that because I waited 3 hours for somebody.
Good job, Brooke.
All right, well, they both went through pain that night.
Yeah.
And maybe it brought you guys closer together.
It's possible. And Vincent, if you heard Jackie, she likes to do stuff at home. Don't you maybe want to like snuggle up, watch some Netflix?
Dude, those
both
are
put on your PJs.
some of the best dates I've ever had were all delivery, all on a couch, just talking.
You
No pants on.
Yeah, you could pet
Yeah.
a cat and
Okay.
we'll pay for
You
it.
guys-
No, I do like that. I'm not a total extrovert by any means.
Oh.
I think we have some good momentum here, and that's why I want to offer to send you guys on another date. On us.
Ooh.
Can we get food
Or we
delivered?
can, yeah.
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 We'll
Get
give
like
you
a-
an Uber Eats tab so you can
Ooh.
deliver food
Like a
in.
gift card.
Yeah.
Maybe like a daytime date, just so like
what?
it's not after a long day of work and I'm tired and
Hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
yeah.
I see what she's doing. He's going to show up to her apartment and she'll already be back at work.
Oh, because it's daytime.
Yes. So then she'll have to sneak into her own apartment through the back way,
I hope not.
through the fire escape.
It does feel a little strange. I
But-
mean, only say yes if you really want to go, Jackie, please.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got to get out of my comfort zone. And now that you already know my entire story, I don't have to explain it to you anymore.
Vincent, she was open and honest. She's a little bit socially anxious when it comes to first dates. But now that you've got the
Totally.
first one out of the
That's
way,
a good way
the
to put
second
it.
one should be super easy. What do you think?
I think as long as it's like an Uber Eats thing or whatever, give it to her and put it in her court. And
Oh, you want her to make the effort.
No,
Yeah.
she's going to order without you.
Blame yourself, bro.
That's a classic Alexis move.
Who wouldn't? Why would you wait?